Hello, my Facebook and YouTube friends. I know you just seen my vintage commercial for my sponsor, and let me show you my vintage. This is part of the vintage collection by a wise guy. I don't know if you can see all of that, but that was good enough. Anyway, it's Friday, and how you doing? A lot of things been happening this week, but we're not going to talk about politics because it's just too crazy. So maybe we'll hold that off to next Friday. But this week, I thought we'll have some fun and talk about the Wendy Williams and Salt and Pepper show. I'm quite sure it came on last weekend, and I'm quite sure a lot of people seen it. So if you have an opinion on it, me and my best friend gonna talk about it. But if you have an opinion on it, just go to YouTube and you could write it in the comments, and we'll put your comments on air, and we'll talk about it. So in the meantime, let me bring on. This is Dion. Hi, Dion.
Hi. Hello. Good evening.
So I don't know. You a Wendy Williams fan, or you just seen the movie?
No, I watch when I'm not working.
Okay. Yeah, I tend to watch it too. I'm not gonna say I'm a fan of hers. But now that I've seen the movie, her life is kind of interesting. And the good thing about it, I thought it was I thought it was realistic, because if you watch her all the time, a lot of stuff that happened in the movie, she talks about anyway. So, I didn't realize that she was such a really open book on some things. Now, she do lie on a lot of things, as we know, when she's talking about ain't nothing wrong in the Hunter household.
Right.
But she also explained why she said all of that. So, it is what it is. But overall, what did you think about it, the whole thing, before we get into dissecting it?
Well, first, like people know, and I guess that's what got her where she is. She's a drama queen. It reminds me of the young lady that we always talk about that we used to live in the barracks with when we were in the service.
Sequindling.
Yeah, I was trying to say that.
Yeah, because Sequindling, but who cares? I mean, she was something back then, and I don't care to tell it now. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and she is always about her. And to me, like you said, she has brought up her whole life basically on the show, which she almost had to, because they were going to put it out anyway. So, yeah. Especially as much as she in other people's business. Now, I'm not a fan, so per se, but like I said, it is interesting because I'm nosy like that, and I like seeing people's business. But the one thing that I hope what she said she did, warn her son, her 20-year-old son, because to me that would make, still 20 is sort of young to see all that going on with your parents.
I didn't think so.
You don't think so?
No, because, well, of course, I've been through divorce, and my kids was a lot younger than 20. In fact, I thought it was kind of ridiculous. I thought she should have. I thought she could have did it way before now, because when I found out.
You mean the movie or the divorce?
Well, the way she said that the reason she held off before she made her move. But 20, she treating him like a baby. Come on. I mean, people, it ain't like she the only one in this world ever got divorced. She ain't the first one got cheated on. And I'm quite sure her son know more about that than anybody else. So
No, I'm not talking about the divorce part. I'm talking about the movie part, showing all her explicit sexual encounters and all that kind of stuff. I don't know.
Okay, I guess you're right about that. I guess you're right about that. Okay, I agree.
I don't know. But I mean, it was entertaining. I say that much. It was real entertaining. I didn't think it was going to be that entertaining.
Well, the other movie she made kind of was a dud.
It must have been, because I don't even know what other movie she made.
She did I think she did the Whitney Houston, or was it the Leah? I think it was the Leah story. And and that what didn't show too much. And really, to be honest, I mean, the only thing I could say risque she showed, and it wasn't really risque, was the fact that she got date raped.
Right.
Other than that, I didn't see nothing. She ain't show no booty or nothing, so I didn't see nothing the 20-year-old wouldn't couldn't seen. So I don't
Right.
know. But I thought I was expecting it to be more of okay, a movie that wasn't a narrative. You know what I'm saying? At first, when I seen a narrative, it kind of turned me off because I was like, "Oh, she gonna tell us what?" The narration just made it seem like she gonna tell us what she want us to hear. You know?
Right. Right.
Yeah.
You just rather it without it. Okay.
Yeah, so I thought at first, I thought, here we go. She gonna make it like a lollipop story. She gonna tell us what she wanted to tell. No, but then as she got into it, and I must admit, for me, I can't remember what I was doing the night, but me and my husband was looking at it, and it, I don't know what I was doing, but I was kind of half sleeping, half looking at it. I mean, it was interesting, but I was kind of half sleeping, half looking at it for some reason. I thought it was a long movie, but it was interesting. But then when she came on again with the explaining it,
right after the biopic,
yeah,
after.
yeah. Then it was a little better to me because okay, now I know some of the reasons why I seen what I seen, and that was just better for me. Even though I felt like if she was gonna narrate the whole thing at the end, she didn't need to narrate through the movie. But
Right, that's the all about me thing because we hear her talk enough all week. So to me, it was overkill.
yeah, but now that
I'm
you
like,
say Sequentially, yeah, I could imagine she was like that.
yeah, she got a
Yeah,
lot of stuff going on, and I'm not. Lord knows, I'm not saying faulting her for this, but someone who seemingly as smart as she is, she made a lot of bad choices with men.
but you know, there's a lot of people like that. And that's what I did like about the movie because first of all, I didn't know she grew up in such an affluent family. I mean, I knew her mother
I knew
was
that part.
yeah, I knew her mother was a teacher, but I still didn't know they was as affluent as they were. And she did always mention that she was a fat little girl, and her mother and father used to say mean things to her. See, that's why I could relate to it because as long as I've been watching Wendy, she did tell us these things. So when I seen it, I was like, okay, she didn't make that up because she said that a long time ago. So that was something that, and I guess it was hard for her. Excuse me, because she said that her mother was living at that time. So I wonder what her mother and father thought, how they looked on screen, you know.
Yeah.
But
well, if it was the truth, though, it was the truth.
Yeah, and they was living when she said it on TV. So I mean, I guess it is what it is. But so I did admire her, you know, coming out truthful like that. But it made me, I guess it made me think better of her because Wendy Williams could be a butthole to some people.
Yeah.
But I admire her because she's true to her game. She wanted to be, she said she wanted to be the best, you know, DJ, announcer, whatever she wanted to be.
Yeah.
And she did what it took to be it. I mean, you know, and not many people, I mean, people say they want to be something, but a lot of people don't stick with it, you know, don't stick with it. And she did, you know, just like, as somebody grown, her and Nene Leakes, she become your friend. But if it's true, you know what she does. So if you have getting in some trash, she gonna spill it. She ain't, you know.
Yep. That's what she does. She said she got to pay her bills.
Yeah.
So yeah, I admire her for that too. She went after what she wanted, and she did whatever it took to get there. And a lot of people aren't willing to do that. So yeah.
So what did you think? Okay, Kevin is a Kelvin. His real name is younger than her by 8 years. What did you think about their relationship?
Like so many, it started off like she felt like she needed protection, and he was good at first, and like so many, it evolves into controlling and just bad, because if I control you, that means I could do anything because I control you. That's how it looked to me. And to me, I don't know if you watched her show, I don't know if it was Thursday or Friday, but she introduced the guy that she's starting to date now. And he's also, I think, 8 to 10 years her junior.
The Jazz
And
Museum?
exactly him.
Okay, she haven't dated him yet, but he's in a close
But
run.
that's her plan.
Yeah,
She
well,
said
I
that
don't
she
blame
already coming up with names and for them to be combined and all that.
her.
So I think again, she's making the same mistake twice. I'm not saying he's probably a bad guy, but whenever you make it this public, I think you're setting yourself up.
Well, I don't see it like that, and I'm gonna tell you why. But let's go back to their relationship. Now, she always said that her type is the bad boy type. She never made that no secret. And I think what got her is, if she likes the bad boy type, he approached her like the bad boy type, and then when she told him to meet her out there, I mean, he was out there like that. And the fact that, okay, she really had, she even said she had self-esteem issues, being fat, and she wanted her plastic surgery. And when he kind of was dedicated to her, like right from the start, he was she said he was just, there. He was somebody she could talk to, even though he had a rough on the outside. She said together they was like inseparable. And then he was like her protector. And then he started getting more, which I guess hindsight, this wasn't a good thing. He started getting more into her business,
Right.
But if you think about it, don't most women want a man that not controlling, but that's how it leads off to. But most women look for a man that's strong, somebody that you feel safe with, because she's named all of that. Somebody that's gonna make you feel safe when you're around them. Somebody that if you can't do something, they're gonna do it for you or make it happen. And I think he fit all them categories for her. So in turn, she let her guard down and kind of let him slowly take over. And I think pretty much with most controlling guys, that's their thing. That's how they do it. They build your trust and start like, I'll take over and, kind of gear you away from your friends, because even she said that, he would handle everything. She'll stay at the house and
Right.
just let him do it. And so, she didn't realize that was a control issue. But
Yes.
and she realized she was stupid, because even she said it would never happen again. Now let's forward to the guy that, because right now she's doing a dating thing because she wants to date. So she's just leaving it open for whoever want to date her, tell them about her, and she'll pick somebody. But she said, even though I don't believe this, I think if she do find somebody she really, really like, because I think what she's saying is kind of unrealistic. She says she wants somebody to call a boyfriend, but she don't want to live with them. She wants them to have their own life. She have her own life. Just somebody that, when they get together, they get together. And, she wants, even though she got money, she wants them to spend their money.
Right.
Right. And this guy got money. If she date him, this guy got money, and he do look good. But the thing about it, I think it's unrealistic when you say, I don't ever want to be married again. I just you have yours and I have. I think she's saying that because she don't have nobody and she haven't met that.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. But I do think she learned her lesson about whoever's in her life is not going to be her manager again.
Well, I hope so, because she seems like, to me, the type that will keep falling in love if it's there and keep letting her guard down. To me, she just seemed like a tough talk type, but really a marshmallow.
I don't know. I think she done learned her lesson, because I think once you get burnt really good, I think you have enough common sense, and she didn't get to where she was. I mean, women fall in love and they may do stupid things for love, but she ain't that stupid. I mean, she wouldn't be where she at now if she was just totally stupid. So, I really don't think, especially now that she got to pay him alimony and all that stuff, that she gonna go down that road again. But the things that was kind of shocking though, that the handwriting was on the wall. Why would he have another apartment talking about that's so that he could go smoke and drink with his guys. Come on, I mean that.
Yeah. That's
you
what I
know,
mean. Because you could be a book smart or some other kind of smart and common sense stupid.
well, she
You
wasn't
know,
smart, and she even said she wasn't street smart. I mean, she said that. That's how she grew up. So she wasn't. She wasn't. He was more street than her.
right.
Because I mean, first of all, I don't see you having another place, and if you
Place.
did, damn it, I ain't gonna be popping up in there. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
I'm gonna have my key. We both gonna have that place when we want to be away from the other one. We both gonna share. But that's why I'm saying I hope that, because for her sake, that she not one of those stars you see. Oh, because she does have that problem that she's recovering. So when they're recovering, they don't all come all the way back in. So it might be a lapse, and she might need. Well, I know she don't have too much family anymore that she's close to, but she really, really needs somebody around her to say, "Hey, pull her skirt tail, Wendy, you're doing it again."
But she said her sister. Oh, we got a comment saying that's what cavemen are for.
Caves are for. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I maybe need my glasses. but she said she's close to her brother and her sister.
No, she's not close to her brother at all.
Yeah, she said, okay, I know they had this little spat, but she said growing up they was the closest. They was closer than her thing.
But last week she made it clear to him that if he don't shut up talking about her, and she said right now she got more love for her ex Kevin than her brother. It was her quote.
Yeah, that's what she said. But then she said on Tuesday, she said her and her brother's good and they okay. Now with Wendy, that could be a lie. But I do think family get in the squabble sometime, and he shouldn't have took it to the. I think he was wrong by taking it to the public in the first place. So I think they could have made up. He didn't put nothing else out after she threatened him. So, I guess that was a squash, But like I say, she wasn't street smart, and I was surprised that she knew about him fooling around for 10 years. I was surprised and I wasn't surprised. I was surprised because with her making the money, why would you, I don't care if you had a baby or not, why would you put up with him just going out on you for 10 years? But then when I think about, I understand it a little bit because, when you have a baby and most women have this, they in the limelight, they want the picket fence and everybody to think everything is going good. So, and she talks about people. So just like she said at the end, you don't want to be the one talked about. So, just to save face in the public and to keep this pretense up, I think she was willing to go with whatever he do as long as he kept it out the public. Now, I think where he messed up at is when the girlfriend started getting like, I'm gonna show you on purpose, and he started not caring, and that's when, and everybody outed her. That's when it was like, hell no,
you had no choice. You had no choice. She had no choice whatsoever. And I don't get why he would do that. He had the best of both worlds. I'm sure the little girlfriend was pressuring him, but he could have told her, look, this is our money train. And he was real stupid. This is our money train. You better play the game and shut up.
Not too smart and like say, you got the big head and she put up with it for 10 years and you think she ain't going nowhere, she needs you. And see, like she said, she kept it secret what she was doing. So, she said when she fell, he should have hoped she died because she said she had things in place that was going to take place that he didn't even know about. So he was just so for sure himself. But let me ask you this. This was funny to me. Did you notice when they showed the girl who played Serena in the movie? Did you notice how she looked? I think that was a shady thing that Wendy did.
I did not pay attention to it.
Well, you go back and look at it. I don't want to insult the actor, but
I'm not even remembering. You talking about Serena Williams?
No, Serena
The
Hudson, the
girlfriend.
girlfriend, when she
Oh,
showed up for the first time of who she's supposed to be. Like I say, I don't want to insult the actor, but she made sure she wasn't a pretty girl when she put somebody in that place.
okay. Well, I'm sure that was Shade because she's the best at
Yeah,
it. So,
yeah,
but
I
I've
think that.
never seen a picture of the real one. I've never seen it.
Oh well, you didn't watch the thumbnail of my video because she was right there.
The
Yeah,
what video?
the thumbnail that I have to introduce this video.
Oh, I sure didn't.
She's right there with Wendy looking at her, giving her the side eye. So go back and look
Okay,
at that. But she
I
looks
have to
like a
relook at
homely
that.
girl. Yeah, she's a homely girl, nothing fancy. From South Carolina. She ain't nothing compared to Wendy. I mean, she don't dress the part. She don't. She don't do the hair, makeup.
Well, maybe
I
that's
don't.
why he went to her. Total
I don't know.
opposite.
Yeah, well, with no money, a broke one.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know. I can't say. I can't say. But yeah. But another thing about her addiction, and I understand this. She came out and said, when she went to the Florida, she said she checked herself in the Florida rehab, not because of the rehab. She said she wanted to get away from everybody. And then when she came back to New York, she said basically it was the same thing because she didn't want to go back to the house. She wanted to get it because if you looked at her documentary when she was telling the answers, she said, I did drugs, and she was truthful on that, but she said she's not an addict. And I believe that.
Well, I'm trying to think, how can you say she did drugs, but she's not an addict? And you think she just wanted to get away from everybody? That's why she checked herself.
That she did. I meant that she did drugs for years because you think about when you're a DJ and trying to be on the move, you in New York, you in Philly, you got to go to this party at night, you on the radio all day. I mean, yeah, you may need coke to just keep you going, And so,
but if you keep doing it, what does that make you? I think she's in denial on that. Because that's just like me. I'm a functional alcoholic.
Okay, so do you need rehab?
No.
Okay, so that's exactly what I'm talking about. You could use something for years, but that don't mean that you're an addict to it. I mean, you use it because that's your recreation and that's what you want to do. An addict is when you can't stop, period. Like say if I just had to do coke tomorrow, I just had to, that's really an addict. There's a lot of functional people that is an alcoholic or take drugs, whether or not she's an addict. And that's what she said. She said she's not an addict. That's what she said. And I do understand that. Okay, let me put my glasses on for this one.
Okay.
I would love to get Wendy's story and his mistress's story.
I would love to get Wendy's husband's story and his mistress story. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't want to be the home wrecker and having a story because what story could she have?
Right. Yeah. I wouldn't want to hear from Kevin nor her because to me, he's the one that was in the wrong. And I don't think he deserves the right to have his story told. And he did it off her fame. He used her, so I don't think he should ever be rewarded with anything like that.
Yeah, and we have a comment saying that she did cocaine for years and she stopped for Kevin. I think she's talking about the little Kevin, not the big Kevin.
Yeah.
I guess during her pregnancy. And that's what I'm saying. You could use drugs, but it could be for recreation and it could be for that you can't control yourself. She says she's not an addict. So like I say, I'm just saying what she says. I kind of believe her on that, but I mean, who knows? But yeah, but I did hear I heard through the blogs today, he supposed to move down to Florida. But I heard through the blogs today that he just opened up an Italian restaurant in Brooklyn.
I did too.
Yeah, yeah. And she did say she had to pay him alimony. I know she didn't like that, but she had to pay him alimony. So I know that had to hurt because I sure wouldn't want to.
I thought when they cheat and it's well known that that takes that option away. So she must have had a bad lawyer, or New York has laws that I don't know about. But I thought infidelity was the cancellation of that alimony once you are not faithful. So I don't know how she ended up with that.
Well, I mean, I don't. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know that much about divorce. I mean, he did cheat, but then too, she did mention that nowadays things is all fair, and when you put him in a life that he's accustomed to, I guess you have to pay him something. I'm quite sure if she didn't have to pay him, she wouldn't have, because you remember when the son and the son and him got in a fight, and that's what it was, because he wanted. Then all of a sudden he wanted money from him. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if she wouldn't agree with the alimony because she had to, or because she just wanted to get rid of him. I don't know. I wish I could interview her, because I even want to know what the alimony is, how much it is. Okay, we got somebody who said, "Oh, they was talking about the big Kevin." Now, as I remember it, the big Kevin was trying to get her to stop using, but I don't think she stopped using. I think she even said that that's what she liked about him, because he accepted her, using and getting the surgery and everything. So, I don't know, but anyway, it's interesting, and
I'm sure she made money off of it, so she got what she wanted. She said she needed money and she wanted to tell her truth. Yeah, so it was a win-win for her.
Yeah, and who knows? She probably write a book too. And now with the Sharina part, she clarified. It was a good show on Wednesday because she clarified a lot of things that they couldn't show on the movie about when she went to that house. She said she actually went inside and what she did, and about why did she paint Kevin and Wendy forever. She said that not because to spite her that she wanted it to be Kevin and Wendy, but she said she wrote that message because she said it was a nice neighborhood. It was 9 miles away from her house, and she said she wanted it so that if the neighbors seen it, they'll be like, "Oh, he being sweet. He want to say that like somebody just got married." Because she said they was on vacation. She said they was on vacation.
Yeah, I saw that show.
Yeah. So and gluing the mailbox together. Yeah.
She's good at being vindictive.
Yeah, I probably would have did a little bit more damage, but it was good. I guess she don't want to be in the news too much. Okay, so what else we want to pick out about? Oh, what you think about her? Okay, somebody here told me, they said, well, I don't think she should have named names in the movie. What do you think about her naming Method Man and who else did she name? Method Man and
some rapper at the beginning, the one that date raped her.
Oh, Eric B.
Was it Eric B and Rakim? Yeah.
Yeah, well, Rakim didn't do it. Eric B was a lousy boyfriend, and Method Man, they had a one-night stand.
Right.
What do you think about that? About her naming names?
If you're gonna tell it, tell the truth.
Yeah,
I don't think nothing's wrong with that, naming names.
I told the girl here, I thought the same thing, because when she said, well, she didn't have to name names, I said, but you think about it. If both of them was involved, that's her business just like it's his business. In fact, I don't know because I wanted her to say the date rape guy, but
I thought she did say his name in the beginning.
No, she didn't. She said a rapper. And when she came back at the end, she said, I am going to name his name. But then that was just a teaser, unless they threw it out. They decided to throw it out because when she came back, she said, I'm not going to name his name. And the only reason I think that she wouldn't, because in a way I wanted her to name him too. But then I could understand, do you really want to go down that road? Because it's going to be a he say, she say. It happened a long time ago. And yeah, I know with the Me Too movement, people put people in jail for that. But if she don't want the guy in jail and it was just something that, he shouldn't have done, I think I think he is sweating now good enough that, you know, he kind of got, you know, he kind of know that any minute she probably could do that. So
Or he a dangerous guy and she's scared to put his name out. Because
well,
remember, she likes street guys.
but he's a
So,
rapper. And if he was a rapper
right,
back then, he's probably an old ass rapper now. So I mean,
with nothing to lose. You know
well,
what I mean?
I think if you put it out there, if something happened to her, I mean, you have to be pretty stupid to at that point to you know, so all you could do is say, no, it didn't happen, and no, you did. And then, like I say, if she ain't planning on pressing charges, why even go down that road? You know, so I could kind of understand that. To me, I could, you know,
Yeah.
that's what I say.
Well, yeah. But you know me, I'm a tattletale, so I was told.
If she felt that strong about it, she probably should have came out way before now. In fact, she could have told her gangster boyfriend, husband Kevin, and let him took care of it way before now. If she felt that strong about it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? In reality, and I'm gonna say this, I don't know what everybody experiences out there, but if you want to be truthful, how many young girls in your life then had men? You go on a date and it happens just like that. And long time ago, we didn't call it date rape, but it really was.
But it really was, yeah. I'm one of them. Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. And I believe maybe 98.9% of women have went through that. So you know, it's like, are we gonna call out the whole generation of men?
Should we? I understand.
But
you know,
I don't know.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah, she did say he was a one-hit wonder.
yeah.
So I'm trying to figure out. I've been trying to figure out since the movie who had a good song that was a rap based out of New York.
I'll be sure he was a one-hit, right?
But he wasn't a rapper. He wasn't a rapper.
Yeah, he wasn't a rapper. Yeah. Well, we have to think about that. But like I say, you know, to be truthful, nowadays, I mean, women went through that and probably still going through that. And you know, some of us got over it, some of us just still keep it in the closet. But unfortunately, that's part of it's a sad part of being a woman that, you know, that happens. But okay. So if there's nothing else you want to talk about, you want to move on to Salt and Pepper?
Sure.
Okay, what did you think overall about that? Did you enjoy it or what?
I definitely enjoyed it, and it sort of reaffirmed that I always thought Salt, was it Salt, the crazy one?
Pepper.
Pepper, yeah. I always thought that chick was crazy, but I was sort of disillusioned at how they treated Spinderella, but I get it. They were already friends in a group before she came along, and Herbie brought her in. So I get it. I just wish for no.
Okay, I was confused of who Herbie was because she said they said he was a music producer.
Right. No, it's not. No, it's not Hancock. It's his nickname was Herbie Lovebug, something like that. But
okay.
You know, but he was greedy too. But I feel like for nostalgia's sake, I would have sort of made it like Spinderella it was a nice little family and stuff, because that's what is in everybody's mind with Salt and Pepper. You always think of Spinderella, like she.
Wasn't it me and you who went to the Salt and Pepper concert back when the 8-Ball Jackets was out?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that concert.
I know we went to Key Sweat. I don't know if that was the same.
That was Salt and Pepper there too.
It was a time when they all toured together.
I don't know if they all was together, but I'm quite sure you was there when we went.
Yeah, because when we were in boot camp, All Push It was the hit.
Yeah, and like I said, I remember so good because we thought that 8-Ball Jacket was the So you know, when I think of Salt and Pepper, I always remember those days because that was MC Hammer when he was at Oakland Army Base and all that. Like I say, That it was
Yeah.
fun back in those days. But
Yeah.
anyway, let's get back to the subject. I thought it was a lollipop movie. I didn't think it was all. I think the essence told the truth, but I don't think it told all the truth because first of all, they had a Spinderella before before this Spinderella.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Now the reason that I'm gonna skip over the movie and address something that you said. The reason I think they are dirty for what they did because if you go back to the original group, it was Herbie and Salt. And then they added Pepper. So just like they added Pepper, why couldn't they go back and add Spinderella? Now, it is true she's the second Spinderella, but just like when Destiny Child, didn't they keep switching it back and forth and they paid them like Spinderella said. When we know, even that concert we went to, she was out there dancing. She was DJing. I mean, she was working just as hard. So they capitalized off of Spinderella because everybody likes Spinderella just like they like Salt and Pepper. So I think it's very selfish for them. You remember when at the time in the movie when Herbie said, I'm not paying her because they were going to do her like Spinderella. When Salt said, well, I'll pay her my half. You remember that? Because Herbie said, this is our group. We just getting her the vocal. So that's essence what they trying to do is spin. And then Salt said, well, you know, she my friend, so I'll pay her half of my salary until, you know, Pepper smarten up. And that man said, you need to be getting more money. So that's the same thing with Spinderella. She was dumb at first, you know? So I just think it's greedy. And with Salt talking about she Christian everything, which we all know that don't mean nothing. But I'm just saying, how could you not pay her for what she's worth? And I think if y'all had to go and by yourself all them years, I don't think they would have been that famous. I mean, they was a big part of the group, but Spinderella was too. Everybody wanted to see Spinderella back in that day.
And I think Herbie threw her in because she was really cute, and they just so. So I really do. I think she was because every guy that I knew was crazy about Spinderella. Not so much as far as wanting to get with. That's who they wanted. But the reason I think and agree with you that the movie wasn't as, let's say, exciting as Wendy Williams show was because the whole truth again was not told. Because I think, you know, she, like you said, she all Christian now, and she didn't want the whole truth told.
Well, that's just what she wrote writing back there. She says that she didn't like the way they portrayed Trash as abusive because Pepper admitted that they embellished a little bit because she's coming out with a book. So, I mean, I don't know much about Trash. I know he was in Public Enemy, but I don't. Do you remember back in the day?
Not Public Enemy. He wasn't in Public Enemy.
Oh, who was he in?
Trench, him, and the other guy. It was three of them, and wasn't it Naughty by Nature?
Okay, yeah, you're right. Naughty by Nature. But I don't remember her being abused back in the day. Do you remember that?
Well, we didn't know that Tina Turner was until later.
I think everybody knew Tina Turner was.
I didn't until the movie. It's possible that you don't know.
Tina Turner
but
was.
Even if he hit her once, that was one time too many, and he deserved whatever he get. But I think he was abusive. It may not have been to that extent. Like when what seemed unbelievable was when she said she was on the phone with Salt, and he was like, "Who you talking to?" I think that's the part that was embellished. Like he was such a all on her. If they was at a party, all them women around, I don't think he had time to be bothered with who she on the phone with. But
and
I think the abuse card is probably not far from the truth.
Yeah, it could have been. I mean, because I'm quite sure they wouldn't have put that in it at all if he wasn't a little bit abusive. But ain't they on that Growing Up Hip Hop together?
Oh, I don't watch that show.
Oh, okay. Well, I think Tretch is in there along with Pep. I don't know. I think I don't know. Sometimes all them reality shows, I get them mixed up. But I just think they tried to show the good part of Salt and Pepper. And just like at the end, you ain't talked for 5 years, and then you telling me all of a sudden you could come out on stage and y'all know all the dances and all that stuff. Like, oh, we still together now. Come
Exactly. Because I think I'm not sure if they did the Tom Joyner cruise. It seemed like they were on there, but in any case, yeah, they did too many performances later to say that they hadn't talked. Because again, you can't be our age and me and you come together and we can. You remember how you talked my ass into singing? I'm sorry, Tina Turner on the bass. We couldn't get together with them same suede outfits and get on and do the show again. So I'm just saying they're embellishing a lot.
Yeah. So that's what I didn't like about their show. It was a lollipop show the way they wanted to tell it, and you know, and then I didn't like the way they did spin. They even had a nerve to have somebody that's supposed to be spin, and they didn't even bring her up in the movie. You remember? You seen that?
I'm trying to think.
They showed the third girl, but they didn't say nothing. They didn't even acknowledge it.
Right. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. They try to minimize her as much as possible, which is not that way. Yeah, and Wendy Williams said today that
Salt and Pepper is supposed to be getting a Grammy by some award show in Dubai I think it's Dubai, and Spinderella's not going, and Wendy even said if I was Spinderella, I'd show up on that stage. and you know, basically all the fans, and even I seen on Fox, you know, the show with Vivica and Lisa Ray and all that. Even she said she's a friend of Pep's, and she said she want to ask her why they doing Spinderella like that. If the whole world knows that Spinderella is part of that thing, why they sitting up there denying it?
Yeah. I think they should have a dream girl moment where at the end she walks up on stage with them. I think that would do them and everybody a world of good.
Yeah, I think it's because they not touring now, and you know, especially with COVID, they ain't even doing the old time tours, and they don't want to separate that money. That's what that's about. Because really, and you know, I think Spinderella should take them to court like she planned to do and just sue the heck out of them because, you know, for back charges and everything, and go on about her business because Spinderella still tours. But I haven't heard in a long time Wendy say she sucked because she's playing old school music rather than playing the music that, you know, young people want to hear today. But but like I say, she just needs to switch up on her style and get out there. I mean, she still look good. Everybody still like her. She's still relevant. So, like I say, I would soon get my money and just keep it moving.
Well, can we talk about the other elephant in the room?
What's that?
What the hell has Pep done to herself? She looked like Michael Jackson sitting up there. She cut most of her nose off. Did you see her nose?
I didn't notice it.
Oh my goodness. Go back and look. She has done too much plastic surgery. It's ridiculous.
Kind of like Lil' Kim.
Yeah, like Lil' Kim. You got to go back and look. You weren't looking at her too much. She does not look like the same person at all.
That's a shame. You know, I don't have nothing against plastic surgery, but sometimes I think people go overboard. And you know, because actually, when I looked at Wendy Williams, I thought she looked cute when she was back in the day. In fact, I thought she looked more feminine.
She did.
Yeah, I was like, because you know how some people say, "Oh, she looked like a man as a woman," but back in the day, before she did all the other stuff, to me, she looked better.
And they wasn't saying that. They didn't start saying that till after the show started. After she, you know, went through all that.
Well, I think that's because more people seen her. You know, when the show started. You know, on radio you hear her, but you don't really see her. But and I still don't think she looked like a man. You know, I think she, you know, when she first came out, she used to wear them heels like this, so she, you know, she was way up there. I never thought she looked like a man, but you know, you have some people say that, but I do think she had a more softer look before she had that plastic surgery. And today on her show, did you hear all the men that she outed? I always thought LL Cool J looked good. She said that's why he don't like her, because she said she told everybody LL Cool J started getting plastic surgery 6 months after she did, long time ago.
I didn't see it today. I was at work.
But that's what she said. She named LL Cool J, Drake. Who else got?
I'm not surprised though, because it's a plastic surgeon near my job, and I see more men going there than women.
Yeah. Well, hey,
I gotta look at it. I gotta go back and look at it from today.
Yeah, she said that's why LL Cool J don't like her now, because she outed him.
You know, what could he have had done? His nose?
Well, back in the day, if she said he had it back when she had hers, that probably made you look gay or something. I'm just saying, not that anything wrong with gay, but back then, because now men still don't want to admit it. Some men coming out with it, but the majority of men, they don't want to say it.
You never know. Yeah.
And to me, I don't find nothing wrong with it as long as you don't go overboard, because LL Cool J looks good to me. So even if you does. Hey, I don't mind.
He did it right if he did it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you can't tell. You just know he still look good.
Yeah.
So, and who else got outed today? I was listening on the way to work, Tavis Smiley. And they said that Randy, as in Michael Jackson's brother, is gay, and he used to date Luther Vandross.
Who said that?
On the Tavis Smiley show this morning.
Oh, really? Tavis Smiley was saying that's a fact?
He said that the girl who used to hang out with them in the day, when Luther, of course, was alive, they were all out together, and Randy and Luther were an item. And she said it as a fact.
Well, I never heard about Randy, but we all heard about Luther.
Yeah, we all heard about Luther, but not Randy. So she sort of outed Randy. Whoever this person is an ex of whoever in the
podcast, and I don't want to be sued. We're gonna say allegedly.
Allegedly.
But but
I said it was on Tavis Smiley's show. Yeah, it was on Tavis Smiley's show this morning.
Yeah. She said LL Cool J used to be fine, but now he don't look handsome. He look handsome to me.
Yeah, I think he got better with age for me.
Yeah, especially for him to be. I know he's over 50, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. How many 50-year-olds you see like that? Hey, but they say beauty in the eyes of the beholder. But yeah, I think plastic surgery, just like they say men are getting the hair weave. I'm not saying I would want my man to get a hair weave. He bald, but I feel like, hey, women get hair weave, so sometimes you say, why, if the woman could do it, why the man can't do it?
Right. But who's saying that? Who is the sort of macho type male that's telling everybody what they can and can't be, instead of everybody just leaving everybody else the hell alone and minding their business. If they want to do it, let them do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. To each his own. If you don't like it, you ain't got to mess with that person. So.
Well, that's what I say. Hey, if these days, if that's what they want to do, it's just like some women. You take off that hair weave and them wigs that they've been wearing for years, they bald headed. So, a man have to come home looking at that. So, hey, why it can't be vice versa?
Dominique had a young lady on her Facebook page doing a makeup tutorial. And one of the first comments was this girl going, "Oh Lord, girls look like clowns when they put all that makeup on." And Dominique said, "How about lifting up your black sister instead? Makeup is like putting on clothes now. People change up, they do different things just as a way of expressing themselves." So
and if you don't like it, don't, like you say, don't get that person or something. It's somebody for everybody. It's somebody for everybody. So if that's what they want to do, more power. I was riding the train one day, and I seen this girl. She had, how they had them eyelashes. Them eyelashes were like 5 inches long. Looked like about I'm just saying. And it just amazed me because I know, I told you I just started trying to wear them, and for a long time when I was wearing them, it looked like it was obstructing my vision if they too long,
Right.
And I her so bad, but I wasn't bold enough to just say, "Is that bothering you?"
You weren't bold enough.
Probably I rode that train longer because I kept looking. Probably I just would have said, because it wouldn't been no shade intended, but you know how like I just want to know. And it was because they were so long, I would just like to know. But apparently some men like it because I do see a lot of women like that. So, hey.
And I don't get it. And they say never, but I will never, because when Veronica was trying to play with me in the house one day putting them on, I felt like it was a weight on me. I'm like, no, I can't. That's something I can't do.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You have to gotta get used to it. Now, when I start putting on the shorter ones, I could deal with that. But those long ones, and especially when they too long, like it was obstructing my vision.
Yeah. Yeah, and I've seen too many crooked ones hanging down and all that. So, yeah, it's just not my cup of tea.
Yeah,
just not my cup of tea. But any other than that, yeah, to each his own.
Okay, so I guess we could save another week. I mean, we finished talking today. The biopic about Whitney Houston and her daughter is supposed to be coming on, I think, this weekend. Is it this weekend? So I guess we could save our opinion and talk about that. I mean, we pretty much then heard the story 1,500 times, but this time it's going to be like comparing the similarities with how they both lived their life, that they ended up, with the same
dying the same way.
Yeah. So it may be interesting. We'll see if like I said, we'd have heard the story so much. I guess we could see if that's real or fake. And I wish they could include Nick Gorton because he died too. So
yeah,
and he grew up with Whitney. So to me, he's part of that tragedy also.
Yeah, they had something very weird going on in that circle.
Yeah. I do believe that, and it's just strange how Bobby Brown's son died too, and that didn't even have nothing to do with drugs. It just seemed like a bad cloud or something.
Right. Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. That's horrible. And so I always wondered. So this, I know it's off subject, but did the mom end up with everything?
I think the sister-in-law named Pat. They say she's greedy allegedly. They say she took everything. She took she the one who tried to control Whitney's from Bobby Christina, because Bobby Christina had to be like certain ages to get a certain amount of money. I think like she supposed to got like 1/3 when she was like 18, and then another third when she was 23, and all of that. So she was trying to control that. And I think when she died, she also tried to control that. I don't think it went to Bobby. So,
or Sissy, or the mother?
I don't think so, but I don't know. We'll look at the movie. I mean, that's something to look up. But they say she's so controlling, and I think they think that she's a manager, a lawyer, or something, that they think that she knows stuff, that they just trust her with everything, and
Okay.
I don't know. But anyway, thanks for coming on tonight. And,
thanks for having me.
Yeah, and thanks for all the comments and coming to chat with me tonight. I appreciate it. Everybody, let's look at the new biopic coming up, and maybe next Friday, if nothing else happening, we'll talk about that. Now, my Money Sundays is not going to be this Sunday because Super Bowl is on, and I know everybody's going to be preparing for that. So I'll see you next Friday. Everybody have a good weekend.
All right, you too.
Okay, bye-bye.
Chat later.